What up, what up, what up? Thank you for tuning in to the Swish Masters Podcast, and thank you to our sponsor, SS96. Visit ss96.net and use the promo code Swish Masters for 15% off. Yeah, that's right, you heard me right. 15% off on all store items. Hats, hoodies, t-shirts, whatever you need, SS96 has it. Also, don't forget to go and check out that music from Straight Stoner, produced by yours truly. You know what it is, Gut Gang, mobbing, sleepwalking. We out here. Thank you.
Yo,
What's happening?
what's up, man?
We back, bro.
Y'all thought we forgot. We ain't forget. We ain't forget, man.
What up? Welcome back, man. We back at it. Another
Yeah,
season.
You thought we was
Basketball's
gone?
back. Swish Masters back.
Yep. Just had to take a little break. The NBA players taking a little break. We took a little break. Had some things moving. You know, but we here. We here, man. I'm so excited for this season, man. So excited.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot that we're going to get into too. A whole lot.
Oh yeah. A lot of new changes out here in the league and the basketball world, man. So I'm excited to get back to it. Excited to get back playing myself too. So
That's what's up.
yeah.
So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Today, got several things on the docket today. First of all, we want to do kind of a buy or sell type thing. You know, you're buying or selling what these players are saying at NBA media today. There were a lot of quotes that went kind of viral. And I'm really interested to see what you think about some of these quotes, man.
Oh yeah.
I really am.
Oh yeah. Let's get into it, man.
Yeah, then we'll do a season preview, and then that's it. That's it. That's what we got. So, some of these quotes were very, very, very interesting, man.
Oh yeah.
First of all, have you seen Zion recently?
I have.
Yeah, what you think about Zion right now?
Man, Zion looks like a completely new person almost. I saw the side by side from I guess it was maybe last year or 2 years ago. Whenever he last was like playing and in uniform. And another picture, same jersey, same everything. He's looking a lot healthier, bro. Like just from the basketball standpoint, he's toned up, and I think this is going to be super exciting to see a slim down, conditioned, very much like ready for the season Zion, bro. Like that's exciting to see. I think we touched on it like the very last video we talked about with him and his new contract, bro. Like Zion looks good, man. Like I'm really looking forward to seeing him and the Pelicans this year, especially now with him, CJ, Brandon Ingram, Alvarado. Like they have a little young talented group, so I'm looking forward to it, bro.
Yeah, me too. Imagine how far they went without him. You know,
Yeah.
I'm just glad to see him finally back. So the quote that he said was, I'm in the gym. We don't have the sound bites, first of all, right now, but in the future we'll try to have sound bites for y'all. But he says, I'm in the gym and something happens, and I'm like, oh man, I can really do that. That's different. So basically, he says he feels like he's at his best right now. So, are you buying or selling what Zion said?
I'm buying it, man. I think that him saying that type of statement, I didn't know I could do that. And we've seen the things that he can do prior to this, like, body transformation. I think that is scary almost. Even if you think about it, like Zion was what, 285 last year? He's what, 6'7", and the kid is like super powerful, 40 plus vertical, and he can do multiple things on the floor. He can handle, he can shoot a little bit. And if he's saying that, his ceiling is not even within range, then so I'm buying it. And he looks. The ceiling is that there is no ceiling at this point.
I was playing Michael Jordan.
I'm looking at it. Oh,
remember he said that?
The ceiling is there. No, it was some. It
was something. But my fault. You go ahead, bro.
I'm getting off topic here, but you made me think about another quote real quick. The other day, I was reading something, and it was from an interview that MJ did, and they asked if it was. I think it may have been like LeBron's Cleveland team that won the chip. They asked MJ, "Do you think that your Bulls could beat LeBron's Cavs in a 7-game series?" And he said, "Yeah, by like 3 points." And they asked him, "Why so close?" And he was like, "Well, most of us are almost 60, and they just won a championship, so I think it'll be pretty close." I was like, this dude, Michael Jordan's so cocky. He's saying, "Oh, we can beat them." I firmly believe that he in his head is like, "All right, at this moment, I'm 60 years old, talking about playing LeBron and winning, legit winning." So, but anyway, Zion. My fault. I got
Drew on him, man. Remember Uncle Drew? And that crew, bro.
Yeah.
Was tearing up the streets.
Yeah.
That's basically what he said. That's what that reminded me of. That's crazy though.
I still haven't watched that actually. Now I think about it.
Nah, you lying right now.
No, I have not watched.
You ever seen Uncle Drew?
No.
Really?
No, I have not.
Yeah,
I've seen clips. I think my little brother watched.
Dang. But you seen Space Jam too? I'm fine with you not seeing Space Jam 2. I was about to. My issue would have been no way you seen Space Jam 2, but not Uncle Drew. But you didn't see Space Jam 2. I'm good. It's all right.
I haven't seen either one, but
go ahead, man. We gotta talk about that though, man. You gotta talk about that, man.
Okay. I think my wife watched it actually, and she watched it without me. Shame on you, Nikki. But
that's it.
It's all good. I'm gonna catch it. I'm gonna watch it. I got HBO Max. Yeah.
But so you buying what you said, right?
I am. I'm buying what Zion's talking about. I think like if looking at him, and what it looked like a couple years ago, I'm buying, bro. I think he legit has transformed and is in his best place right now. And honestly, like I'm sold on it because when his last season, like fully playing, he was an all-star, and he was averaging like, I don't know, like 28 and 7. So if he's saying, "Oh, I'm doing stuff that I didn't know I could do," and looking at his transformation, and I believe he's at his best right now, and I think it's gonna be scary hours in New Orleans. Like, it's gonna be fun, for real.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it. He looks really good. I've seen some dunks that he was doing. He seemed like he dunked with ease. I'm gonna buy what Zion. I'm gonna buy it. Don't let me down though. That's all I'm
Oh
asking.
yeah,
Don't let me down though. All right. This
we're
next
rooting
one
for
is
you, Zion. Let's go.
yep. All right. This next one is Lakers related. To all you Laker fans out there. When I heard this quote, man, I was like, nah, no way. So basically, again, I wish I had sound, but Pat Beverly told a story about Russell Westbrook. This is back based on what he said, his timeline. This is back when Russ was playing for the Rockets. Based on what Pat Bev said. Basically, Russ came over to him and was like, I got your sister tickets to the game right here on front row, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bev wasn't paying attention to what he was saying at first, but he looked back, he saw that's what's up, and that was a good move. That's a real move. So, and apparently their relationship has been cordial, and now Patrick Beverly is saying Russell Westbrook is my best friend.
Huh.
Buying or selling?
Ooh, this one is this one is a little tough to really buy or sell because it's Patrick Beverly, and there's no slight to Pat Bev at all. It's just that from the beginning of seeing, I told you, like, I do not like the Pat Bev Russell Westbrook combo. I think that but I legit do believe, that Russell Westbrook is generous dude, a nice dude, and at his core, and he would do that. You know what I mean? Like, to be able to get somebody tickets to the game, like a close family member or somewhere. I feel like he would do that type of thing, but it's also hard to believe he would do for Pat Bev, especially at that time when they were like, well, they obviously weren't teammates, and they may not have. I feel like their beef may have like not been so hot at the time, but I just don't know if like they would be friends like at that time. But I think that now, like, from what I've seen, I've seen the clips of them talking and practicing together. I think that they're getting along, but I'm gonna sell it because that can change after you get into the season and you're playing in a game, you're losing or you're winning, whatever. Like, things happen, tempers flare, people change, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know how to feel about that Pat Bev and Russell Westbrook thing. I need to see it work before I can I'm gonna buy into this. And honestly, the Lakers as a whole, we'll get into that before I buy into any Laker merchandise or anything they're selling. I'm gonna sell that for now.
Yeah. I'm selling this, man. I don't care. I mean, listen, I believe him. I believe the story, though. I believe the story is true. And respect for Russ went up based on him doing that. But when I think about the history, I don't know, man. Beverly played through the whistle that caused Russ to kind of get hurt during our playoff run. I don't know. There's just so much more evidence of them going at it than just that. I've seen the mean mugging they were doing. Like, I've seen that. So,
Yeah.
I believe his story. I think it's cool. But I agree with you, man. It's probably not gonna last long. If it does, props to them. Props to them for sure. Like, because this was like a known beef for a while in the NBA.
Yeah.
So,
we'll see. I like you said, I know that they had a long ongoing beef for a while, and I believe in both of the dudes. That's who they are. Is who they are. Like for real, Russell Westbrook can have a temper as well, but I think that he's at his best, like, or just at his core, like very nice dude. And Pat Bev is just a real dude. Like he's gonna talk. He's gonna give his opinion. He's gonna insert himself into whatever. But that's legitimately who he is. So I can't like knock it at all. But we'll see. Like I said, that I have to see the actual NBA season, not preseason, not practice, not the summer and all the best friends when you're trying to like make it work. I'm saying like when stuff gets hard, let's see what that looks like. Because I don't have enough evidence.
Yeah. Let's go to this next one. All right, this one kind of viral too. So, Steve Nash was asked by a reporter about KD asking him to be fired. Steve Nash, Steve said, "Families go through things like this. You go through adversity. You go through disagreements." I mean, that's true. Families do go through adversity. But I ain't have a family member trying to get me fired though, to mess up with my money. And if a family member did do that, I still have an issue. So it's not fixing it. That's just me. What you got?
I'm with you, bro. I've been in a situation with people that you think you can trust them, and all of a sudden it keeps on just tripping. You know what I mean? But it I don't know if I legit could trust that. I feel like Steve Nash should be looking at it like, I don't know. I'm not with it. You know what I mean? I think Steve Nash should have probably looked into. But I don't know. I don't think I would have. I don't think I would mess with that Steve Nash story. Like, I feel like that's hard to really to do. So I'm not buying that. I think Steve Nash should be a little more upset about the KD thing. Like that's legit kind of trash, bro. I don't know. But KD did stay, and I feel like they can work it out if they talk. Hopefully, they have talked a lot more, but I don't know. I've had that kind of situation where I trusted somebody and they kind of went over my head and changed the facts up. That's what I feel like KD did, but that's another thing I have to see played out in the season as well, because it's going to be difficult to say the least. We'll see. Steve Nash is on his way to being a good coach, but he still has a lot to prove, and hopefully they just come out and do it. They got him and KD, Kyrie back all together, Ben Simmons, and I'm sure he was upset. I'm sure he was upset, man. Like somebody come at me about my job, go over my head. On top of that, it's kind of sluggish, bro. But we'll see. But the Nets have a lot to unlock with their group. Honestly, a lot of changes. The whole franchise. We talked about this before, but they have to really come out and show that they can work as a team, as an organization, because I feel like it was just so much uncertainty with the stars, with the coaching hire. Like a lot of people have got on Steve Nash being hired and not having any prior head coach experience. So it's kind of like a catch-22 type thing. Like, if he doesn't come out and win this season, the Nets definitely, almost at the Suns, but the Nets legit probably will not hire him or not have him back next year. And I'm not thinking that he deserves to be fired because it's not all his fault. But they have to really come out and work hard, win, be a tough contender. I think they obviously have the talent, but it's just, do they have the mindset? Do they have the leadership from not just Steve Nash, not just from KD, but from the ownership, from the other players that are, veterans or just looked at as big players like Kyrie Irving? They have to buy into the organization. They have to buy into Steve Nash and legit go from there. But who knows? I'll see when we get into this to the season. Got Royce O'Neal, I think. Who else did they get this summer? They lost Blake Griffin, but they weren't playing him anyway. They have a legit team, though. Like, they have a lot to prove, honestly, from star players in KD to Steve Nash as a head coach to the ownership group to the general manager. Because KD went for everyone. He said, either get them out of there or it's me. But at the end, it just fizzled out, which was, I don't know, semi-disappointing because I thought that it would be, I don't know, it would be fun to see KD in this trade that he could go anywhere else for 4 years. I don't know, but we'll see. And yeah, if you're tuning in live, let us know, like, what you think, because the KD saga is just a mess this summer. Messed up a lot of stuff for the league and in general. Like, we'll see, but the Nets have a lot to prove. I'm not buying that with Steve Nash. I'm feeling like if it was me, I'd be like, come on, dog. You went that far to get what you wanted, to get me out of here. Like, what's going on? It's kind of trash, bro. We'll see. But do y'all think that the Nets are contending? Do y'all think Steve Nash is legit, like, over it? Oh, families, like, I don't know. It's kind of a snake move, but I just don't like it. Family shouldn't do that, but we're in a day and age where we choose family, choose a tribe, and that's what they've chosen. So we'll see. Also, I don't know. I'm trying to think, like, with Steve, if it's going to be. Honestly, I'm trying to think with Steve Nash, if they aren't out the gate kind of getting it going, Steve Nash might be in trouble like mid-season. And it's not that he's not doing a good job. I don't think that he can't be a good head coach. I just think that with this group, sometimes you need a little bit more stern leadership. Steve is like very chill. I saw him doing a lot of TikToks with his daughter this summer, which is dope. Nothing wrong with it. But I think just for this group, he probably needs a little more sternness and dealing with so many different personalities, especially when you're talking about Kyrie Irving, you're talking about Ben Simmons now, Kevin Durant, and so many other guys that they have on the team, and trying to make all those pieces work is a lot of work. You know what I mean? But I legit think, obviously, we got Kevin Durant healthy. You got a chance. You got Kyrie, and you're gonna have Kyrie for a full season, hopefully. You got a good chance. Ben Simmons also has taken off a year. They got a lot to prove, man. So I wouldn't buy into what he's saying, but I will be keeping my eyes on them just to see how cohesive they are as a group. Steve Nash is as a coach, and kind of go from there. I um I do hope it works though. Like honestly, it it just was like, dang, there's no way like I'm going over someone's head or someone goes over my head to get me to mess with my money. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of tough, bro. That's kind of tough to digest and then come back and be like, all right, let's go to work. Like no, like it's like yeah, people doing you dirty, dog. That's kind of suckish. I don't know, but we will see. Yeah, I agree with that, Mr. Jackson. They are they basically I don't know. If they don't have Kyrie, oh well, shoot. Let me see. Yeah, they lost Kyrie. They have one toe that Kevin Durant had, but we'll see.
All right, some came up on my end. Appreciate you holding down. What you was
No
on, man?
worries.
What you was on?
I was just rambling.
All right, yo, hey, my fault.
No, but to
You
my original point, Steve Nash saying, "Oh, we go through adversity and families and all that stuff." No, I'm not buying that. Like, don't don't go over my head. Say this stuff about me trying to get me fired, and then I don't get fired, and I gotta come back and work with you. Yeah, I'm gonna be kind of upset. I'm just legit gonna be kind of upset. I'm human, but um, like I said, I was saying that they really just have a lot to prove. Like a lot of what their team is lingering right now, and it has to be successful. Like they have to be successful in order for any of this to be legit. Like if I was saying that honestly, I don't think that Steve Nash will be around if they get off to a slow start for the season, and especially now, like with just all that happened from the end of last season with the playoffs to the KD requesting a trade, then trying to get everybody fired, and then ending up staying. It's like you really, as an organization, have to make something happen. You can't get bounced in the first round. You can't really have a down season. And like Mr. Jackson said, like you need all your players, your superstars, to work to be healthy. Not you because you could be injury away from being mid, basically, essentially. So, but yeah, most of it I was just rambling. I was like, oh, let me keep saying words, but it's
yeah,
all good.
yeah, appreciate it, man. You held that down. So yeah, I'm yeah, I sold it. So we both selling it. If we had one more quote, but we'll move on though. We're gonna move on to our next topic though. Again, to this season preview. But if y'all watch me today, those are some. We don't keep tabs on those quotes that they said though, and see what works out. We'll see the Nets are actually gonna be functional this year, and stuff like that. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll just have to see. But that being said, let's go ahead and get started with our preview. So, what we're gonna do, we said we'll do this for a while now. But we're gonna like try to preview each team and give you guys our thoughts on them and some of our predictions and where we think they'll stand. Just basically our thoughts on the teams based on all their off-season moves. So that's basically where we're going with this right now. You know what? I say we should probably start. Yeah, let's start in the East, man. Let's start in the East.
All right.
Let's start in the East. So, first team up, the Boston Celtics. Now, It was all good. Like literally, a couple like how long has it been? Weeks or months or whatever. I don't know, man.
Let's just say
But
it was good 2 weeks ago.
a good
Maybe.
2 weeks ago, before everyone and their mama knew who Ime Udoka was. They ain't know who he was before. They know who he is now.
Hey, no, now.
They
Yeah.
know now. So, man, I mean, think about where they were. You you made it to the finals. You signed Malcolm Brogdon. And now all this mess.
You signed Danilo Gallinari. And he tears his ACL.
Yep.
You already had Robert Williams, who was dealing with knee injuries throughout the whole playoffs.
Yep, and now he got surgery again.
Yep.
And he's going to be out for at least a month.
Yeah. And now, to top it all off, your head coach is suspended for the entire season.
The season.
Trouble, man. Trouble.
Yep. So, you remember early on they had to overcome some early season issues. They did it last year. Now we got to see, can you do that again as a team? Because all these are definitely issues you have to overcome.
Yeah.
So, according to NBA.com, the projected starting five is Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Al Horford, and Robert Williams. That's projected starting five. The key reserves include, Pritchard, Grant Williams, Derek White, Malcolm Brogdon. I feel one of the main issues last year was One of the main issues last year was the playmaking.
Yeah.
That was the main issue last year. So you got Malcolm Brogdon. I feel like he needs to be in the starting lineup somehow. So okay, you have Malcolm at the point. I say Smart is at the 2. Brown is at the 3. Al Horford is older this year. He's turning 36. I think I'll be okay with him coming off the bench. So Tatum at the 4. Tatum at the 4. And Robert Williams at the 5, but since he'll be hurt in the beginning of the season, you can definitely test this lineup out early. Since Robert Williams be out, you put Al at the 5.
It's true.
That way, with that lineup right there, floor spacing all around. Marcus Smart is not the best shooter, but he was a little bit more efficient last year. So, yeah, his effective field goal percentage was over 50% last year. So, he's doing better. A lot can be told if Jason Tatum has improved his playmaking. That'll be great. If Jaylen Brown has improved, that'll be great. And you also got to think about how is Jaylen doing, knowing that he was involved in those trade rumors. That's also an early season struggle you have to get over.
Yeah.
So, I mean, overall, I project them to make the playoffs for sure. We'll see how Joe Mazzulla does as a head coach. But yeah, they should make the playoffs. And they should get at least to the second round. They should. We just have to see how it goes. Yeah, that's my thoughts on that.
For the most part, yeah. For the most part, I agree with you. I think that coming off of a championship run, taking Golden State to, what was it, 6 games? Yeah, it was 6 games, right? Um, Having the season they had and pretty much keeping the same roster, but adding Brogdon was a big piece to me. And it's unfortunate with the Ime Udoka situation unfolding the way it did, and a lot of more things that I don't know about that I can't really give a side in or anything like that. But losing him is gonna be, as a coach, is gonna be difficult for them. And like you said, Jaylen Brown has been in the trade rumors for like every single year with Boston. Like, oh, should we break the duo up or whatever? And legit, it works. And I think that I saw a video the other day of him and Jason Tatum working out, practice, going 1v1, and they seem to be doing fine. They seem to be not bothered by it. But I don't know if they are able to like pull it all together with so many different distractions this summer. I think they had a good plan as it started, like you said, with Brogdon being brought in, and then you signed Gallinari, but unfortunately he tears his ACL in international play. Robert Williams has to have surgery again, so that's your star center basically out and hurt again. I don't see. I of course see them making the playoffs, but I have to see how they respond to the interim head coach, and if they have enough presence. Like I think that, like you said, Brogdon should be in the starting lineup. I feel like that would make it a lot easier, or at least if he's not in the starting lineup, he should be in rotation with Tatum, with Brown, to help facilitate so that he can get them open shots. And he's a guy that can also spot up, shooter, catch corner three, whatever. He can help spread the floor a lot as well. And that way, that's how I would do it too, because I feel like that way Marcus Smart can focus more on the defensive end. He's gonna go get the best wing player best offensive player on the wing. Brogdon can also help on defense because he's a pretty nice sized point guard, and overall that will help them a lot. But honestly, I don't know if they get out of the first round right now, because it's just like so much that has happened, and I have to see how they mesh together with Brogdon, with Smart. And I mean, I think they can make it work, but it's just like a lot that's gone into it, and I feel like they can't really get into a slow start like they did last season, unless that's just how their method is. We'll see, but I'm saying they're a playoff team, but they don't go far.
So we're in the same boat. I was like, they should at least get the second round. Like you don't think they make it the first round? I mean, we'll see. I understand though. We both have the same concerns. Though.
Yeah,
we really do. So that just makes it just that much more interesting though. Let's move on to the Knicks. The Knicks, man. My main thing with the Knicks is like what you don't got, because they got Jalen Brunson.
Mm-hmm.
All right, no, I'm gonna start off with the projected starting five. So it's Jalen Brunson, Evan Fournier, R.J. Barrett, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson. Some key reserves include Quentin Grimes, Quickly, Derrick Rose is still there, Obi Toppin's still there, and Isaiah Hartenstein. Huh. Okay. It's one of the league's best backup centers because he can pass, finish, and he's a good rim protector too. So nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay. As you all know, they were in the running to get Donovan Mitchell. I think Donovan actually wanted to be there. You still couldn't do it. Instead, you extended R.J. Barrett. I mean, uh, I mean, it's like the Knicks have just been going downhill ever since Julius Randle's like most improved player season. It has not been impressive, not at all. First of all, I don't even know if R.J. Barrett was worth that extension.
Mm.
I don't know. I mean, but since you did do the extension, that means he's a franchise player. That's what that means now. He's one of your franchise players that you have to build around now. And do you want to build around a player who shot 31% on pull-up twos and 25% on pull-up threes? It's rough.
Mm.
It's pretty rough. But he does get to the line pretty good. He knock down free throws. He's a good defender. He's a good defender. He's not great, but he's good. He's good enough. And of course, the main addition is Jalen Brunson. Can Jalen Brunson continue what he did during the playoff series to get Dallas that 2-1 series lead while Luka was out? Mm. Can he be that Jalen Brunson, or was that just a flash in the pan? Those are my questions that I need answered. Is Jalen Brunson that guy? Is he that guy? What do you think? Is he that guy?
I think Jalen Brunson is not going to elevate into a star, right? I don't think he's like, I'm not saying he's not good, but I'm not saying that he's going to be an all-star, right? Let's just be real. Jalen Brunson signing with the Knicks and getting the money he got is great for him, but for the organization, I feel like probably a lot of New York Knicks fans would say this, but I feel like he got over he got over a little bit. Like, he got a lot of money, which is good for him, like I said. But do I think he takes them into a deep playoff run? Does he drop 44 to carry them into the next round or something like that? No. I think that he's gonna be good. I think he's gonna be good. I think he's gonna play great basketball. He's gonna help gel the team well. He's gonna be good for them. I really do. But the focus is not on him. To me, it's not even about R.J. Barrett as much. I think Julius Randle has to become the centerpiece again. He has to be the focal point. He has to be better than he was in his most improved season. Because he is legitimately to me, he could be their most versatile player. He's 6'8", 6'9", big, strong power forward, athletic. He can knock down he really needs to focus on the mid-range if he's going to take jump shots. Otherwise, I want to see him with his back to the basket, getting to the rim, being aggressive. I think that's when he's at his best, not on a pull-up three. I think Stephen A. Smith has talked about him dribble 7 times, pull up, step back three. No, I'm not saying don't shoot threes. I'm not even saying don't shoot step backs or don't handle the ball. Just be aggressive and play to your strengths, not to. If you're 6'9", 6'10", and a dude that's 6'6", 6'5", not even close to your size is guarding you, go to the block. I think that's going to be important for them. And I think that I like Emmanuel Quickley a lot. He reminds me of a young Lou Williams type of player. Obi Toppin showed improvements to me last year. I think he's going to be a good piece to come in off the bench. Them having their center, who I can't think of the name right now for some reason. What is their center's name? Mitchell Robinson. Thank you.
Coming back, that's where they're going to help.
Mitchell Robinson is really, really good to have, in the middle as a defensive. He's to me like the modern DeAndre Jordan type player when he was with the Clippers, right? Rim runner, He's 7-footer. He can get up, block shots, catch lobs. He's gonna be a good presence on them for interior defense. And I think that RJ Barrett's extension, was it a bit much? Maybe, but I like it because I think that RJ Barrett is making the strides in the right direction, and I think that he'll be better too. And potentially, him and Julius could like co-head the team as like the leaders or the franchise guys. To me, I think that RJ is going to improve even more so because I think he improved last season, even though those weren't the best numbers with his pull-ups. I think that this contract extension, the Knicks believing in him, and I think New York's behind him. I think that they're gonna give him that confidence to be an elite player. I'm not even saying like superstar, but I think he has all-star potential as well. But Julius Randle to me has to be the beast like he was. Well, even more so than that year he got most improved.
Yeah. Okay. I hear you. Question is this though. Where's the season projection for you? Do they make the playoffs? Do they make the play-in? Do they
right now
tank for victor? I don't even think they had the
no,
picks. So
do not tank.
They can't even do it. I don't think.
No.
I don't think they had the picks like that.
They don't have any picks right now.
Yeah.
That can get Victor, no.
But
Victor, yeah. I say they go first round and probably a first round exit.
Wow.
But
really?
They make the playoffs. I think New York in the playoffs is a good thing. I think that can happen. They'll be like 8th seed, but I think they'll make the playoffs. Like if they make it, they'll be lower seed. I'm not going to say 8th seed, but they're going to be a lower seed for sure.
So you talking about they go through? So you saying they go through the play-in and win the play-in and get into the actual playoffs? That's what you're saying.
I mean, with the current setup, yeah, they'll probably be in the play-in, and then
do they get out of the play-in?
I think they get out the play-in.
Oh,
I think they have a shot.
I think they can make the play-in, but they won't get past the play-in. To me, they'll at least make the play-in. They should at least make the play-in. That means I'm expecting them to be at least an 8, 9, 10 seed, which I think they're capable of doing that.
They should be capable of doing that.
They should be. You think so, but you thought they'd be more capable last year. But everyone was wrong. So, I mean, with RJ getting paid, I'm expecting him to ball out. You got to ball out to get the big payday. You got to ball out. But at the same time, I thought Julius would ball out after winning his award. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't know. And then, so this kind of goes against both of them. So they both took a huge step back. So Julius Randle and RJ Barrett. So this is bad. So Julius Randle, he had an effective field goal percentage of 45.9%, which was the worst on the team. RJ Barrett wasn't too far. He was at 46.6. Effective field goal percentage takes according to everything. You don't know, it takes account your free throws, threes, twos, all those percentages, and how effective you are. This says they're not effective scorers. Yeah, their scoring totally increased, but he's not very efficient. I'm talking about RJ Barrett right now. I mean, you put up 40 shots, you at least make 20. At least make 20 points, get 20 points. I'm saying, and that's still not the most efficient. That's what I meant to say. If you take 40 shots and make 20, that's very efficient. That's awesome. I meant you can at least get 20 points after taking 40 shots. That's what I was trying to say. Anyway, we'll see where they go. I say they get to the play-in. You got them actually in the playoffs. I'm surprised. I I can't. They have to show me. They have to show me better, man. If they go back to the defensive-minded team, I think they could. Before they were like top 4 defense. Then last year they just dropped out.
That's the other thing. They have to lock in defensively.
If they
I
do
think
that,
with them having Tibbs, they're gonna be.
Yeah, Mitchell Robinson back. They should be good. They should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should. Let's talk about the Sixers.
Honestly, Julius should go for defensive player of the year.
Oh yeah, you're right. He should. We'll see how that goes. Let me get your thoughts on the Sixers, man.
Oh man. Shout out to PJ Tucker. Jimmy said it, traitor. We don't like that guy. No, I'm just kidding. But the Sixers, man, they legit are contenders. I'll just go ahead and say it. They legit are contenders. After Joel Embiid's great, second place MVP season, they were pretty good. And obviously, James Harden was not very good. He wasn't bad, but he wasn't very good at all. But I think that's going to change this year, honestly. Joel's going to be still, to me, a top MVP candidate. James Harden should be hungry. I've heard and I've seen him in practice this past summer. Even him, like with body transformation, dropping the pounds. I think he's going to be out for a revenge tour to show, I'm still legit an MVP from 4 years ago at this point. They had Tobias Harris, who I think is a very great, versatile forward who can score it in multiple ways. They added PJ Tucker, like I said, who also has played with James Harden, understands his role as a great, corner 3 spot up shooter. They're gonna bring toughness to the defense. Tyrese Maxey, super fast, just athletic young player, who I think is gonna continue to ascend into this season. They legit have a good team. I think the only issue with them is when it comes to depth, I can't really think of just a lot of players that they have, and that's just maybe me. But what's the Thibault?
Yeah.
He's there.
Yeah, I named before you. They got Thibault.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got the Anthony Melton, which I thought was a
Melton. That's who they traded for with Memphis this year.
Yeah, we thought that was a good pickup. They got Daniel House.
Another Harden, Houston type. Yeah.
He's playing with Harden, yeah. And Montrezl Harrell, like you said.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about
I thought you mentioned him already. Yeah, they got Montrezl.
Well, actually, okay, that's better than I thought. Okay, well,
yeah.
I like that. I think they have a good squad.
Like you said earlier.
Yeah.
So
I forgot about Montrezl being there.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
So you got them as a contender for sure.
They're legit contenders. They could come out of the East potentially. I'll put them up there. I'll say a top 4 seed in the East for Philly. They should be, in my opinion.
They should be. Joel Embiid had a monster season. I think he deserved MVP. I wanted that I light it an even hotter, brighter fire under him to try to get it done. And to come out and just dominate.
There's just one thing for Joel that he needs, in my opinion, to have a really legit chance at winning MVP, or just in general them going and advancing further, and that's just to stay healthy. If he can just stay healthy and stay on the floor like consistently, not miss too many games, not have head injuries and stuff, they'll be fine. And he could probably get MVP. But
I
it's
think so
just
too.
it's hard for him to stay healthy, and it's not from like
He showed us something last season. I mean, he actually stayed healthy for the most part. Um, so if he can do that again, that'll be great. But I have to question someone else on the team, James Harden. He did not look like the same James Harden. If this was this James Harden from like the Rockets, I would be like, yes, for sure,
yeah.
automatic to the finals. But he seems like he lost some of that explosiveness. You know, he's 33 now. Joel Embiid's gonna be 29 in March. So this team is getting older compared to like teams like the Boston Celtics who are pretty young. So
Yeah, for sure.
Can Harden stay healthy the whole season? You know, how will he play?
Yeah.
I do feel like the more time they have together to play, the better. They'll be able to build more chemistry with each other. I think that'll be a positive for them. And to actually start the season on the same team and stay on that team will help with that chemistry being formed, you know? So, because, you know, they both start out the season with different players and schemes, you know?
Yeah.
You have to have a certain scheme when you play with Ben Simmons, you know? So, I feel like a whole training camp and, you know, whoever off-season work they put in, I think it'll help. I think they have the potential to be like a really top offense this year. Just think about the potential. Can you imagine how deadly those pick and rolls will be with Harden and Joel Embiid? If they get those, like, that would be dominant. So I just have to see. That's, like I said, I agree with you. And they do have a little bit more depth. I mean, if you can stagger the minutes, that'll be great. You know, to where you keep either Harris or Maxey or Harden on the floor. You know.
Yeah.
So they have a shot. So we both got them in the playoffs, of course.
If healthy.
If healthy.
That's the key.
That's the thing. The health part. Yeah, that's what we got. That's what we got.
Oh yeah. Philly should be good. They should be exciting this year. So looking forward to see what they do. Just stay healthy.
Yeah, that's all they gotta do. Let's touch on the Raptors real quick. So shout out to Scotty Barnes again for winning Rookie of the Year. Winning that says a lot. He's a very impressive talent going to his sophomore year. We'll see how he improves. Other than that, they have Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent Jr., OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam, of course. Some of their key reserves include, they got Otto Porter this year. That's a key addition. They got that. He's young. Precious Achua, I think that's. I hope I pronounced his name right, but yeah, he's
Achua, yeah.
Yeah. Kim Birch too. So, yeah, I mean, honestly, the Raptors' defense can be formidable. For example, last year they ranked in the top 10 defensively. So, if they keep up that defense, they can have a shot to win any game if they have the defense. Offensively is the question for me. Last year, they ranked middle of the pack. They ranked 15th in offense. So, it makes sense because it's like there's nothing that just really sticks out to me as far as that goes. Fred VanVleet played. They had moments, you know.
Yeah,
They had moments. I still remember like Fred VanVleet having some moments last season. So, and Pascal Siakam kind of showed up towards late in the season. So, I mean, I have them making the playoffs at least, though. I think they'll make the playoffs. That's not
I agree
projection.
with that.
What you got?
No, I agree with the playoffs for the Raptors. They have a legitimate, very nice front court when you think about it. When you talk about Anunoby, Scotty Barnes, Rookie of the Year, Pascal Siakam. Trying to think of one of the other guys, Chris Boucher, who's a very long forward. They got a lot of good wings. Like I think KD said this summer or in the past couple months. Like it's a wing league. Like legitimately, all these dudes like 6'9", 6'8", wingspans, 7 foot. They can be monsters on defense. They can really bother teams. They can switch pretty much with anyone because all these guys we just talked about are pretty versatile. I mean, like they're only like really big defensive liabilities come from Van Vliet and probably Gary Trent Jr. I don't think he's very much a defensive player, but I think they make up for what they bring to the offensive side of the ball. And Fred VanVleet had a very good season this past season. He was a first-time All-Star as well. So I think that they'll be consistent in how they were last year, kind of middle of the pack, but I think they have potential. You know what I mean? I'll definitely say they're a playoff team, and I hope they, I think they just need really for someone to be like that guy. Like Pascal was dealing with injury, coming back, and hopefully he'll be better, healthy, and be legit ready to go. You know what I mean? So maybe they just need a leader, scorer type player. Maybe he can be that. But otherwise, they'll be really good defensively. They'll collectively score. Gary Trent Jr. can really shoot it, so they'll be fine. And kind of like I would say fifth, kind of looking on the outside end of the top teams in the league or in the East.
Yeah, we're on the same page there. Good point about them being that outfielders, that guy. We thought it was Siakam early on, but you never know. We'll have to see. All right, let's get to our last preview for tonight. Let's talk about this team right here.
Uh-oh.
The team everybody knows. We've been hearing about the all season. The Brooklyn Nets. And just before we start, I want you to just listen to this projected starting lineup, man. Like, got Kyrie Irving. Joe Harris is coming back. Kevin Durant. Ben Simmons. Nick Claxton. I mean, this team right here.
That's a nice lineup.
Yeah, I just thought about something with this lineup, though. You'll have two players. If I need to foul, I'll foul them. And Ben Simmons and Nick Claxton. I mean, I'm interested to see how they dial this up. Because technically you have two dunkers.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. That's the only thing. The floor won't be as spaced. But Ben is best with the ball in his hands. You know? You're not going to have him just off standing in the corner. You ideally probably want him in the dunker spot, but you have Nick Claxton already there. He can't go to the corner. What are you going to do? I mean, they also have some other reserves. They got Seth Curry. Patty Mills. They got Royce O'Neal, which I think is a great pickup. Cam Thomas, TJ Warren. I mean, this roster is like legit. They got depth. It's just about how do you plan to stagger these players.
Yeah.
I mean, of course you don't start Kyrie. You're gonna start KD. You're gonna start Joe Harris. I mean, you gotta have a center. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how we'll play this lineup, man. I have no clue. But defensively, you get a boost with Ben Simmons in the lineup for sure.
Yeah.
That'll help make up for the backcourt defense. And Ben Simmons can guard whoever. So
Yeah.
that's one positive. It's just I'm not sure how it worked out. Unless it's probably going to be a whole lot of ISO. A lot of ISO.
Yeah, pretty ISO heavy in Brooklyn. I agree with that.
That's the only way I can think of. There's no other way to just. I can't think of anything.
I think for me, you see Ben Simmons in there as the 4, as like he's gonna kind of clog it up because he can't shoot. I think he's the X factor because if I throw him in, and if you go with this projected lineup, right? Yeah, he's technically the 4, but Ben is gonna be able to get the ball in transition, right? He's gonna get the ball off the glass, off the rebound. He can take the ball up the court himself. He'll get them easy transitional buckets, easy open shots for KD, Kyrie, Joe Harris, the shooters. That's gonna be good in transition. And then the half court, yeah, you don't get as much spacing, but imagine a pick and roll, Kyrie. You got KD, that's a pick and roll. You got Kyrie and Ben, that's a pick and roll. And even if Ben isn't like rolling to the basket, he's a playmaker, so he's gonna be able to see the floor and help get. If it's him and KD in a pick and roll, that's a double-edged sword because KD is gonna easily rise up for a jumper. Or if you leave Ben Simmons open, or he's at the rim, lob it up. Even if he don't get to the rim completely with Ben, and he gets a little drop-off pass, kind of like mid-post or mid-range. He's smart enough to be able to find either another shooter on the opposite side, Joe Harris, or easily get, draw the defense in because he's attacking. Nick Claxton gets an easy drop-off dunk. So I think that, yeah, at times it can be a bit of a spacing issue, but at the same time, there's a lot of potential for his playmaking. And now that he has 2 weapons like Kyrie and KD to just feed the ball to, he's in a pretty good situation. Otherwise, like he was feeding it to Joel on the block, pick and rolls with some other guys, but now he's playing with 2 other offensive super weapons, basically. And I think that he has a lot more that he can bring to this team than his situation in Philly. But I agree with you. Like at times, it's gonna be like, all right, Ben, if he hasn't improved his shooting at much, and I'm not expecting him to be shooting it, but if he hasn't improved the shooting at all, it's not gonna be the end of the world for them. He'll suck at times, but it won't be the end.
You made a very good point. You had me thinking about this a little differently. I think if they play ISO heavy, that'll kind of go against them. You think about it. Because I don't have to worry about certain players. I have to just focus on you. So the best way to count that is like what you were saying, the pick and rolls will definitely help. The more involved they are. As long as you can probably have one of them involved in pick and roll, you have more space in that point. You have more opportunities to score that way. Say, for example, pick and roll with Kyrie and Nick, for example. Right. Joe spacing it out. KD's spacing it out. Simmons could be in the far, but he can like cut if he wants to. If they drop,
Yeah.
just cut. I mean, like, there's different ways to handle it, but go back to what we said earlier during our earlier session. Is Steve Nash gonna be able to dial it up? Are the players gonna actually listen to you? You know?
Yeah.
Are they willing to
These
listen to your
the big
schemes?
factors, yeah.
You know, is Steve Nash capable of, like, he's a smart player, but he hasn't proven himself to be the best coach. I mean, can he do that? Can he put the players in the best position to be successful? Because off talent alone, this team is definitely making the playoffs.
Some backdoor cuts. It can be special. I feel like they have the right kind of. I want to say that he won Summer League MVP, so he's a legit scorer that can also do some damage. I think they have a pretty decent squad. Patty Mills, another great shooter, playmaker. Just overall smart guy. Like we said earlier, the leadership, is it going to be where it needs to be, and will the players buy into it?
Yeah, those very good points. We just have to see. Otherwise, they're definitely like Eastern Conference Finals contenders for sure. Like at the very least. So, yeah. Well, that's it for our. That's it for our preview for the Atlantic Division for right now. You know, next time we're gonna hit up with some other divisions. Y'all stick with us for that. But now we want to introduce our final segment for today. It's a new segment we have here. It's called the Final Swish. This is where me and Zay can talk about whatever we want, wherever our gripe is with whatever issue, whatever it is. It could be something basketball related, not basketball related, whatever. So it's like the last word, basically. And without further ado, I'll let my co-host have the first round of this, man. All right, go ahead.
So this summer, man, it was a pretty good summer for basketball, and I just got to shout out. I got to shout out Asia Wilson, man. Asia legit has like become one of my favorite players to watch. Simply just balled out this year, and she's just like super funny in press conferences, bro. Like, shout out to Asia Wilson. Shout out to the Las Vegas Aces. Shout out to Becky Hammond for winning her first WNBA championship in her first year as a head coach. I don't think anyone's ever done that. So shout out to her. Shout out to the Aces. Shout out to Kelsey Plum. Chelsea, great, man. Great, legit, like, just great season from them overall. Like, I feel like I didn't catch every game, obviously, but most of the games I saw, the Aces seemed to just be dominating. Whether it was Asia, whether it was Kelsey, like all of them, just they were legit. And shout out to Asia for MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, WNBA champion, FIBA World champion, like just winning at every level, like legitimately, like great game, great left hand, little jump shot, like that's my final switch, bro. I just had to shout them out. I got more, but I'm gonna use it for them. I just want to shout them out. Shout out to the Aces, to Asia, and it's still free, Beachy. We miss you. Can't wait to get you back home. see you back over there. So that's my final switch, final take for the day.
Nice. All right, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Shout out to Asia. All right, mine is gonna be on. All right, as y'all know, I'm an OKC fan. I'm an
I
OKC
figure
fan,
you're going
man.
this direction.
It's kind of twofold a little bit. I mean, I'm gonna stick with this. OKC. Victor Wembanyama went off. He is the man. He's the future. I need you to tank like you never tanked before. I need you to shoot air balls. I need you to I need you to brick. I need the coach to play the bench most of the minutes. I need Shay to just rest, just do your own thing, man. Play 2K, because we ain't winning no games this year. We are going to lose. We're going to lose the best we can. I'm saying this to uplift y'all. Lift you up. I need you to do your very best and lose. So we can get this man Victor Wembanyama. I mean, we already lost Chet. So what? We lost Chet already. He's out for the season. Unfortunately. Shout out to Chet. Pray you heal well. But can you imagine Chet with Victor Wembanyama in the front court? A 7'4" and a 7'2". Both ball handles, shoot. Oh, man, come on. Please tank, man. Please tank. That's my final switch. Tank. Go ahead and tank.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Okay, see, you need to suck more so than ever for the Q. Because apparently, just go home and play 2K. Don't even come to the game. Don't even dress out. Nope. Y'all just be at the arena.
Yeah, we need to lose.
Oh, this man said, tank like you never tanked before. I am taking it back. Okay.
That's what we need.
Okay.
That's what we need, man. I ain't lying.
I mean, shout out to Victor Wembanyama.
Victor Wembanyama. Yep. Y'all gonna learn his name.
Victor Wembanyama.
When he's playing OKC, he's playing with us.
I
in
can't
OKC.
talk right now.
Well, he's with us with OKC.
Wembanyama.
Victor
Say it one
Wembanyama.
more time.
Victor Wembanyama, like yo.
Wembanyama. Dang, I can't talk today.
Yes.
That's embarrassing.
Y'all gonna
but
learn his name.
Oh yeah, him and his teammate.
His OKC jersey. I can't believe they. I can't believe that though. You still can't tell me that's what it is. If y'all
You
watched
saw
the
the
game
clip,
last
right?
night, y'all should know what he's talking about. If y'all saw the game yesterday, y'all should know what player he's referring to.
Shout out to Victor Wembanyama's teammate. Hang on, let me look up the name. His first name, because I know his last name.
Apparently, you're telling the truth.
So this is a French professional basketball player that plays with Victor Wembanyama's international team over there. I'm not sure if this is the correct pronunciation, but the announcer said it in the game. G League and this French international team played. Steve Hoyufat.
You actually said it better than I think in the broadcast. I think you said it pretty better.
He said it too slow. That's what
I
it
think
was.
that's what it was. He said it super slow. You said it.
No.
I was like, okay, that sounds legit. You know,
that man said on the the announcer was like, "Ho you fat," which is like, okay,
that's so
like,
bad.
But
so
shout
bad.
out to Steve Ho you fat. He didn't make his three, but hey, everyone knows that name now.
Yo, when you first told me about that, I was like, no way.
Shout out to Steve Ho you fat. Shout out to Victor Wembanyama. I think I said it right that time.
Yep.
Shout out to the OKC Thunder, man. I guess we'll see you win no games this year for Q. So shout out to Chet.
I mean, it's fine. They win one. For every one you win, lose 5. That's all I need. Every one game you win, lose 5 in a row. That's all
I
I
don't
need.
think I've ever heard anyone request that their team lose 5 games for every one that they win. I don't think I've ever heard that until today.
Listen,
So
every after Victor's game, I promise you, if your team's not in playoff contention, you're gonna ask your team to tank. I mean, it's everybody. It's not gonna be just me. Y'all watch. Watch the Spurs gonna try to tank with Greg Popovich. Watch.
hmm.
Watch. I'm telling y'all, everybody's gonna try to tank. We gonna head on out of here though. Thank y'all for rocking with us. We'll be on again soon. We'll be talking about we'll focus on the Western Conference Division and give you some more NBA news and updates. You know how it is here. So, appreciate y'all. And yeah, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. I forgot, man. Look at the ticker down there. Like, if you want more from us, like, go ahead and do what that thing says. Scan the code. We on Facebook. We there. We there. Scan this code to subscribe to our YouTube. I know some of y'all watching on Facebook. Y'all can watch on YouTube as well, and vice versa. You scan this QR code, check out our website. It has updates on it. Please do that. You can listen to this on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all that other stuff. So, man, I can't believe I forgot to play that ticker. But you know, it's all good. But this is QtheGuru. I'm signing off. Appreciate y'all.
Oh yeah, like you said, continue to like, share, and subscribe. Swish Masters are back. We're happy to have another season of NBA basketball coming along. And, you know, make sure y'all shout out to our sponsor, SS96. I see you in the chat, my guy. Go get that merch, 15% off. We still got that promo code. We're still running it back. Got new merch out there. But anyway, yeah, man, y'all keep rocking with us. We appreciate it. Go check out my own YouTube as well, Xzequtive Productions. I got some new music out there. New stuff to come. We working. We appreciate y'all. I'm Zay, the executive producer, and we'll see y'all next time, man.